From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm Michael Brown reporting the U.S. and China are pledging to work together in addressing the threat posed by North Korea's nuclear program. Speaking in China Saturday, U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said regional tensions have reached a dangerous level. Tillerson has been calling on Beijing to step up its efforts to encourage North Korea to abandon its nuclear program.
The track that we are now on is to use a number of steps with the ever greater number of actions ahead of us that involve sanctions, which the United Nations Security Council has already approved, including China, which voted for those sanctions, and that we are calling on all countries to now fully implement those sanctions.
On Friday, Tillerson said the policy of strategic patience with North Korea has ended and that military action against Pyongyang is an option on the table. French officials say a man with suspected terror connections was fatally shot at a Paris airport Saturday after attempting to steal the rifle of a patrol soldier. No one else was injured at the Paris airport. The Paris prosecutor's office said the suspect had his home searched in 2015 after the terror attack in Paris that killed 130 people because of his suspected connections to radical Islam. Authorities say the man is also suspected of shooting a police officer earlier Saturday during a traffic stop before stealing a car at gunpoint in a Paris suburb. Saturday's airport attack occurred as France remains under a state of emergency after attacks over the past 2 years that killed 235 people. And a rocket launch from Gaza Strip Saturday exploded near the Israeli city of Ashkelon, drawing a response from Israel. No one was injured by the attack. Israel responded with a rocket attack. No one was injured in that attack as well. This is VOA News. President Trump and German Chancellor Angela Merkel met at the White House, where Mr. Trump did not bring up criticisms Merkel from the campaign when he said the chancellor's immigration policy was not good for Germany or much of Europe. Merkel was gentle in her comments about the immigration controversies in the United States since President Trump took office. She told reporters that she and Mr. Trump had more discussions ahead on many topics of mutual interest, such as economics. The Trump administration has appealed a decision by federal courts in the states of Maryland and Hawaii that struck down parts of the newest Trump travel ban, both ruling that it discriminated against Muslims. Mr. Trump reacted this way.
This ruling makes us look weak, which, by the way, we no longer are, believe me. Just look at our border.
President Trump's new travel ban, which was supposed to go into effect early Thursday, was reissued with the intention of overcoming any legal concerns with the first travel ban. Buses are transporting Syrian rebels and their families Saturday from the last opposition-held neighborhood in the central city of Homs. Their departure is part of a Russian-backed deal signed earlier this month. The fighters and their families are being taken to the northern rebel-held town of Jarablus on the border with Turkey. Thousands of civilians are also expected to leave Homs rather than risk being arrested by Syrian security forces. Hillary Clinton, who lost the presidential election to Donald Trump last year, says she is ready, in her words, to come out of the woods and help Americans find common ground. During her speech Friday, Clinton urged a divided country to work together to solve problems, recalling how, as First Lady, she met with female leaders working to bring peace to Northern Ireland. Aside from making speeches in the coming weeks, Clinton also is working on a book of personal essays that she says will include some reflection on her loss to Mr. Trump. And Tibet's spiritual leader, that is, the Dalai Lama, inaugurated a 3-day international Buddhist conference in India. He told Buddhist delegates and experts from 35 countries that all religions share one principle, love and compassion, and that all must promote religious harmony in order to overcome both historical and current problems created in the name of religion. Previously, some international Buddhist conferences barred the Dalai Lama because of China's opposition. This time, China did not send delegates to the conference, presumably because of the Dalai Lama's presence. For details on more news, we invite you to join us at voanews.com. I'm Michael Brown reporting in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.